Hello everyone! It is that time of the month again where I get to film my Cat-Walk TBR game, doing things just a little bit differently this time. So I have a total of 6 boards. We're gonna roll a dice, just one dice. And then I have a number written on the back of each of these TBR boards. I have 6, so I have one for each season. I have the original TBR board and then my challenge level board. So I'm going to start out with 5 rolls and then it's just going to go from there. So as you can see, I have 2 stacks of books here. I just filmed, and it will have been out before this one, I have filmed a fall TBR, more like a stack of possibilities. These are the books I would like to prioritize in the fall, so September, October, and November. So this is 3 months worth. There is no way I'm getting to everything in both of these stacks. Plus, whatever board I play, if the prompt I get, none of these books fulfill that prompt, then I will be pulling in another book. So we will see what happens. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what I can get for the month of September. I will say this, I have been in a reading slump in August. I have enjoyed what I have read, but I have not felt like picking up a book. But when I have picked it up, I have enjoyed reading. I just haven't felt like picking up a book. So kind of slumpy. So my whole TBR for August is completely out the window. And as of filming this, it is August 23rd. So it's getting busier. We're getting close to Labor Day, so I've got to film when I can. So I'm off from work, so I need to film this because it's just going to get busy until after Labor Day. So that's just the joy of retail. So let's go ahead and get into this and roll the dice to see which board I will be starting with. And if I get a double some point in the game, we'll be switching boards. And if I roll a dice, and let's say when I put I'm playing with board number 1, and I roll the dice and get a 1, then it means we're staying with this board. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, we are going to switch this up, and we're gonna go with this kind of blue. You're gonna be hearing Molly and Polly running around in the background. Can't do anything about it. All right, so I'm gonna set that to the side. We're gonna roll 1 dice. So we're gonna roll 1 and see which board we're gonna play with. Number 4. Can you see that? Okay. Number 4 is... oh, it is, you will see. Number 4, this is my spring edition. So let's get into this. All right, first thing we need to do is I need to change this max number to 30 because we're going to generate what number we start on. Okay. I don't know if I did anything. So we're gonna do this again just because I think I bumped it and I wasn't prepared for it and I didn't notice. I think it was on 1 and now it's on 2, but we're gonna do it again. Actually, yeah, let's just do it again because I didn't mean to push it. There we go. Okay, we're gonna start on space number 23. Space number 23 is right there. Okay, starting again, 5 prompts. And I got a 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Roar. So before I get into prompt number 1, you will have noticed something a little different. I did not draw a color card. That's because I'm going to do it now. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw as I go and tell you what books I select for what prompts and just go from there. So prompt number 1 was Roar, and when I rolled the dice we landed on the spring to do the springboard. So number 4 is the springboard and that's Roar. So Roar, the prompt is to read a book that has a predatory animal on the cover. So as long as they're not the very bottom of the food chain, it works. So I'm going to go with Like Cats and Dogs. I pulled this from these stacks. This is written by Kate McMurray. There's a dog, predatory animal. There's a cat, predatory animal. 2 predatory animals on this cover. So this was written by Kate McMurray. And it says, things get rough in this Brooklyn neighborhood when new veterinarian Caleb Fitch moves in next door to the Whitman Street Cafe and gets on the wrong side of the cafe owner, Lauren Harlow. Lauren can't ignore the fact that she is instantly attracted to Caleb, but she gets riled up when he argues with her about how best to treat the cats in her care. Lauren has a few things to teach the new vet on the block. Determined to smooth things over, Caleb comes to the rescue when a new litter of abandoned kittens is left on Lauren's doorstep and they confront the fiery attraction that's been building between them from the start. But saving the baby kittens is only the first challenge Lauren and Caleb have to face. And when a real estate developer comes sniffing around their block, they'll have to work together or risk losing everything. So let's go ahead and draw a card and see if the color will be on this cover. If not, then I've got to add a book. So here we go. I'm going to have to refill this soon. There's quite a few of these color cards in these stacks, and I'll get to that if I get to a book that has one already in it. This one does not. So Molly and Polly are running around. I don't know if they will make an appearance in this video. We shall see. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. Okay, we're gonna go with this one. Oh, maybe. Yes, this is in her color of her hair, and his. It's in their hair. Ha! Sweet. So, and yeah, I'm excited. So right off the bat. So this is a brown, it's number 476. It looks like it is on there. And already I don't have to add a book for September. So I am happy with that. Okay. Top number 2. A 3 and a 1. So we're moving 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, April Fools. Prompt number 2 is April Fools, and this was to read a book that is first in a series. For this one I have picked, as you do see, there is already a color card, so I will tell you about this one in a minute. I have picked Murder at the Beacon Bakeshop. This is written by Daci Hannah. It's first in a Beacon Bakeshop mystery. It does say, where is it? Right under the author's name, first in a new series. Let's see. After catching her celebrity chef fiancé sizzling in the arms of another woman, Lindsay Bakewell left big city Wall Street for small town Beacon Harbor, Michigan, to pursue her own passion as a pastry baker, and gets mixed up in someone's sweet taste of revenge. And this is a cozy mystery. More interested in kneading dough than adding it up, Lindsay's breakup inspired her to set up the shop she always wanted in a place that always made her happy. She'd spent many childhood summers near the beach community, and converting the old rundown lighthouse into a bakery cafe and home offers a perfect fresh start for Lindsay and her devoted Newfoundland dog, Wellington. But not everyone in town has a sweet tooth, as the Preservation Society won't have the lighthouse's history sugar-coated by lattes and cakes, and a protest group crashes Lindsay's Memorial Day opening. Then her ex-fiancé, Jeffrey Plank, and his girlfriend Mia Long arrive to trash the place. Henri farts. In the ensuing chaos, Mia chokes on a donut and dies. But isn't that kind of a good way to go? Because donuts are really good. Anyway, I guess not. But yeah, anyway. An autopsy reveals cyanide in Mia's bloodstream, and Lindsay is the police's prime suspect. To clear her name, she's going to need to combine ingredients found in the town's checkered past to uncover the identity of a desperate killer. So, I'm going to draw a color. This already does have a color card, but, so this color is in here on the umbrella, but I am going to draw another color card. And this color also has to be on the cover. If it is not, I'm adding a book for the color that I draw today. So, let's shuffle this one up. And this one. Maybe. There is purple. I'm saying yes. It is on this cover. So for one, the title is purple, but there's also flowers, purple flowers down here, right in here, and there's like 2 or 3 different shades of purple there, and this is definitely looks like it is one of those shades. So both of these colors work. They are both on the cover. Another one combo I do not have to split. This is working out really well. Knock on wood, I continue this good streak. And this color is Striking Purple, number 18-3025. And then I'll just add this one. So this first color I drew was from doing my Stack of Possibilities, or my fall TBR. And then we have my September TBR color card. So, yay, skay. Prompt number 3. A 4 and a 1, so 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cinco de Mayo. Prompt number 3 is Cinco de Mayo, and this is to read a book that is translated. I was able to find a book, and so far, they all have animals on the cover. So a dog and a cat, and a dog, and this one has cats. So this is originally translated, and I actually looked this one up. So this is A Story of 7 Lives. This is the complete manga collection, and there's like 3 volumes in this. Written by Sirakawa Jin, story and art by the same person. And this is a manga. And let me pull up, it says, A Story of 7 Lives by Sirakawa Jin is a manga that was originally published in Japanese in 2018 by Kadokawa Corporation in Tokyo. It was translated into English and published in 2023 by 7 Seas in Santa Barbara, California. It says this is intended for readers age 13 years and up. So, translated. Originally published in 2018 in Japanese, and now it's in English so that I can enjoy it too. And there is a color here. There is this green, so we'll have to draw another one. This one says, Nanao used to be a house cat, but after tragedy struck, he was abandoned on the rough streets of Tokyo. Now, alongside his best friend and fellow stray Machi, Nanao has to fight every day just to get by. Aside from foraging for food and finding a safe place to sleep, Nanao and Machi must remain vigilant about all sorts of dangers, including humans who want the stray cats gone. When a woman named Yoshino starts feeding the neighborhood cats, Nanao reluctantly bonds with her, but the woman has emotional scars and a past entwined with Nanao's. Can Nanao help her heal, and perhaps heal himself in the process? So, now we need another color card. Let's hope it is on there. Oh, and there is, that's what the back artwork looks like. So, let's go this one. It's a pink, number 9320. No. So far, I mean, there is kind of a pink, but it's definitely much more orangey. So like the ears, as you can see, it's like, looks like 2 completely different colors. There is ears on this white cat here, but it looks like 2 separate colors to me too. So it's just, yeah, And I'm looking at all the other ones. They're more of a peachy pink. This is more of a blush pink, I would say. So I will have to find another book, and I need to find a book that looks like has this color. So let me do that. Okay, so as you can see, the stack's a little squampus. So I'm going to put these ones back up. I've gone through and I have found a book that has what looks to me to have said pink. Okay, so the book I'm going to go with for this pink is Rotten Fruit by D.W. Cole. The ice cream there is pink, and it's like right in some of this shading, like right there, where the light, specifically where the light is hitting the ice cream. It looks pretty spot on. This also has a color, so this has 2 of the colors that I needed, one for the fall season and one for September. And this is pink number 9320. This one says, what do you get when you have a fragile psyche, a knack for self-sabotage, and a slew of mommy issues? Killer instincts. The battle of the mind can rage the most extensive war. That's what Rue's therapist always told her. And she was desperate to stop the never-ending rug from being pulled from underneath her. Determined to leave her troubled history behind, she relocates to Virginia for a fresh start. After significant strides to heal her wounds, Rue falls in love with Wyatt Minnick, a seemingly perfect man with few flaws. After almost 2 years together, she believes she has finally found the love and stability she has craved since childhood. However, her fragile psyche starts to shatter when she discovers a lie that... Oh, it's Wyatt. I think I said Wyatt. Wyatt. It has an N. Wyatt has been harboring. This devastating revelation sets off a chain of events that could have disastrous consequences for both. Caught in an internal battle of self-sabotage, Rue transforms into an anti-hero, torn between her desire for a new life and the darkness within her. As the story unfolds, the lines between right and wrong blur, and Rue's secrets come to light. With each page, the suspense intensifies as Rue navigates the intricate web of her mind and grapples with her demons while struggling to come to terms with Wyatt's potential betrayal. Prompt number 4. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roar again. Prompt number 4 was Roar. So this is another book with a predatory animal on the cover. I'm loving all the animals on the covers here. And for this one, I'm going with Bait and Witch. There's a cat, definite predatory animal. So Bait and Witch by Angela M. Sanders. And this is a cozy mystery. So I've got 2 cozy mysteries on this book, on this stack. Librarian Josie Way moved to small town Oregon to lay low. Instead, thanks to newfound magic abilities and a killer on the loose, she's leapt out of the frying pan and into a cauldron of trouble. Josie Way loved working among the Library of Congress's leather-scented stacks until she uncovered a corruption that made herself a target. As Wilfred, Oregon's new librarian, Josie can stay undercover until the case goes to court. But life in this little town isn't as subdued as she expected. The library, housed in a Victorian mansion, is slated to be bulldozed. Still digesting the news that her safe haven is about to become scrap lumber, Josie discovers a body in the woods. Almost as shocking, Josie learns that she's descended from a long line of witches, and her powers have suddenly sprung to life. With help from a spoiled alley cat who just may be her familiar, Josie's thumbing through a catalog of suspects, hoping she can conjure a way to save her library and her life. So, okay, need a color. This one's got quite a few different colors on there. Orange, yellow, there's like a maroon, some purples, a black, some blues. So this one. Okay, there is yellow, but I don't know if it's going to be this shade. Nope. And yes, in the fire. Right smack in the middle of the fire. Right there. This looks like that is in there. I have only had to split one, and this is color Sunshine 120727. So I've only had to split one book. So, yay. At least so far. We'll see what happens with this 5th prompt coming up. And what very well may be the last roll for this game. And it is 6 and a 2, moving 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fresh. All right. Prompt number 5. I'm not mad at this. I'm actually excited. Was fresh, and this is to watch a YouTuber's booktuber's YouTube channel that has a TBR game. So we're gonna pull that. This is what I have so far, minus that. In the past, so these books, I am loving this stack, and I'm excited for all of these. So I'm really excited. Now, in the past, what I would do is if I got this TBR game as the prompt, I wouldn't count that as a prompt, but it's on my prompt board, and it's a square. It's a prompt on my prompt board. I should count it as a prompt. And it turns out whoever I draw from this, I could end up getting anywhere from less than 5 books to who knows how many. And then I still have to draw the colors. So far I have 5 books for September. I'm obviously going to have at least 6. With whoever I draw, this could end up being 10 to 15 books probably. So who knows? So I've got these set to the side here, so you can kind of see them right there. And here's my booktubers that have TBR games at some point on their channel. Some of these haven't posted for a while. I didn't look at it. I drew like 2 of them out, and so I didn't look, and it just didn't feel right, that draw. Let's go with this one. So I'm gonna hold it up so you know I'm not cheating or anything. Kaylani. Kaylani Simply Me. This one says Tarot TBR. Did she go back? Didn't she go back to... I'm gonna have to look. So let me pull it up. So, whoop. Because I thought she, or did she, is she alternating between, I can't remember. I am so behind on my videos. I can't remember who's doing what and when they did what. So let's pull up Kaylani's, Kaylani Simply Me. Okay. Okay, so her last one was her TBR Tarot. What was the one before that? I thought I saw her do a bingo one. She used to do a bingo. I know she switched, but then did she like switch back just for a thing? I swear. July she did... June. No, June was bingo. Wasn't that? Yeah, that's what she was doing. She did bingo. Bingo board picks for TBR. That's what threw me. It was that June one. Because she is doing a Tarot TBR now. So her most recent video is her August one. So I will watch her August TBR Tarot game. And I'll write down the prompts that she gets. She's holding 5 books. So it looks like I may end up with at least 5 more books. But we'll see. So I will watch this video and I will come back and let you know what the prompts are and what books I picked for said prompts. Boy, I was fooled. So I watched her video. The thumbnail looks like it was only 5 books. She ended up drawing a tarot card 8 times as a punishment. She had to draw 9. So 9 books being added. Let's go ahead and draw the 9 colors and then we'll see if any of these colors match any of these 9 books that I'm about to tell you about. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. I'm going to put the rest of these away. All right. So I'm going to look at the colors. They're still face down. I'll look at the colors as we go. So prompt number 1 was the 10 of Moons. So the prompt for this is to read a new to you author. For this one, I'm going with Night Warriors by Graham Masterton, excuse me. And this is book number 1 in the Night Warriors series. Henry was the first something sleeping on the beach with his friends, Gil and Susan. Library sticker covering it up. When they learn what has happened to her, they are thrown into a mystery that nightmares are made of. The young girl has been forced to host a hideous malevolence that insinuates itself into the bodies and minds of thousands of unsuspecting people. The only hope of saving them is to become Night Warriors, an ancient order with the power to infiltrate the dream world and destroy the original source. Together they enter the unknown, but one thing is certain. If they fail to find it, the beast will certainly find them. So, now let's see what colors I've got. So this one has a yellow and greens, blues, and a black. Rust, no. This one, yeah, nope. Here's a green. Is this on here? No. Nope. Here's a yellow, but it's too bright to the moon, so that won't work. A gray. There's no grays. Here's a yellow. Oh, ooh. This one's too bright. And this moon is like too dark. Although, let's see. Yeah, it's more, the moon is more a grayish yellow. This is just more of kind of a sunshiny yellow. No, this might. Yes, this will work. It's not really a yellow, but it does look like as the moon fades out closer to around the edge. No, it doesn't. Never mind. This is more of a tan. And the moon is definitely yellow. Yeah, no. Okay. So I do have to add a book. So let's see. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Kaylani ended up with 9 books. So 14 books. Obviously I'm going to have at least 15, which is perfectly fine. Okay. The second card that Kaylani drew was the Hanged Man, and this is to read a romantic suspense. The Whistleblower by Kay Cove. I did look it up. It is a romantic suspense according to Goodreads. I really don't know what this is about. It says, "You be the light in this dark, depressing world. Let me be the big bad wolf." So, oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I may have to add a couple of different books. This Saturine, definitely not on there. This is not even in the shading on the skull. There's no browns. There's no yellows. There is a gray with handcuffs, except that's more of a silver, and then there's white, like from the light glinting off of it. Yeah. The shadow of the skull, is it any of the gray? Nope. This is too light or too dark for like the skull. Again, there's no yellow. There is green. Will this green match? That is my question. But in the meantime, I do have this. That is not on there. This one's going to be a hard one, and that's definitely not on there. No, this green is like right in the middle. It's too bluey, and this one's, yeah, nope. So that's another one. And there's no punishment for never finishing these TBRs, so that's perfectly fine. Prompt number 3 was, and I don't know what this is, the Hierophant. But this is to read, now the image that she put up said just LGBTQIA rep, but she specifically said romance, and that's what I'm going with. So, A Dash of Salt and Pepper by Kosoko Jackson. Xavier Reynolds is doing less than stellar. He just got dumped and was passed over for a prestigious fellowship. To top it all off, he's back home in Harper's Cove, Maine, population 9,000. The last thing he wants to do is to work as a prep chef in the kitchen of the hip new restaurant in town, The Wharf, especially since the hot single father chef who owns it can't delegate to save his life. Logan O'Hare doesn't understand Xavier or why every word out of his mouth is dipped in sarcasm. Unfortunately, he has no choice but to hire Xavier. He needs more help in the kitchen, and his tween daughter Anne can only mince so many onions. It might be a recipe for disaster, but Logan doesn't have many options besides Xavier. Stuck between a stove and a hot place, Logan and Xavier discover an unexpected connection. But when the heat between them threatens to top the Scoville scale, they'll have to decide if they can make their relationship work, or if life has seasoned them too differently. And this is a male-male romance, so definitely LGBT rep. Oh, need to check to see. I am saying this green, and I'm going to take it. So there's a bunch of leaves, and it's specifically in these darker leaves. So I'm saying this is a match. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I finally found one that will match. And this green is number 5555. The next prompt number 4 that she drew was the 7 of Stars, and her prompt is to read a book that has foil on the cover. I don't have foil on the cover on any of these books, so I had to pull in another book. As you can see, this is definitely foily. Beautiful Betrayal by Lisa Renee Jones. The minute I met Grayson Bennett, I was charmed. I had no idea he was the billionaire boss I just started working for. The minute I found out, I tried to pull back. I had reasons to need my job, and rather desperately, and I couldn't risk an affair with the boss destroying my career. I tried to stay away. I did. But our attraction was magnetic, and Grayson's a man who knows what he wants, and he doesn't stop until he wins his prize. I was that prize, and a willing prize at that. I fell in love, and hard. And how could I not? Grayson was nothing like what you'd expect of a man with insane amounts of money and power. He never made me feel like I was less than him. In fact, he made me feel as if I was everything to him. The reason he breathed. And he said I made him feel whole for the first time in his life. But something happened, and the world as I knew it shattered. My heart shattered. The man I loved and trusted hurt me in ways I didn't know were possible. I will never be the same. And I'm just going to, well, there's only one more paragraph and then a line. Then suddenly life throws us back together and demands we face a common enemy. And just that easily, I'm melting with his touch again. Desperate to push him away, and yet just as desperate to feel him close. I can feel how easily I could fall under his spell again. How easily my delicately mended glass heart could shatter all over again. How easily he could break me. I have to be strong. I will not fall in love with Grayson Bennett again. The problem is I'm not sure I ever stopped. It says that this is a contemporary, intensely emotional, standalone romance with a happily ever after, a lot of struggles and misconceptions that might be upsetting to some to get there. So, and obviously none of these colors are on here because there's just black and that really pretty foil blue, and I don't have any of that there. So automatically that's another book to my stack. Going to be added later. Okay. The next card that Kaylani drew was the Seven of Moons, and this was to read a popular book, going with a chunker, Jade City by Fonda Lee. For centuries, honorable greenbone warriors have used magical jade to enhance their abilities and defend the island of Kekon from foreign invasion. Now the war is over, and a new generation vies for control of Kekon's bustling capital city. 4 siblings of the powerful Call family must prepare for battle, and the fragile peace between the clans is about to break. This is just green and black, and I don't have any of those colors here. Oh, this is not looking too good. I'm going to move this stack up here in just a minute. Let's finish going through the prompts for Kaylani's cards that she drew. Next up was the Nine of Pentacles. This is to read a book with an illustrated spine. I'm going with 4 Charming Spells by Lynn Cahoon. This is book number 4 in a Kitchen Witch mystery series. Let's see. Before Mia Malone can sip tea at Time for a Cuppa, the charming new shop in Magic Springs, Idaho, her life changes course in downright supernatural ways. First, her blossoming catering business and cooking school get a boost with the addition of an enchanting cake decorator. Then she catches the attention of the tea shop owner herself, local coven member Mahogany Medford, who's set on immersing Mia in a twisted mystery that appears all but unsolvable without a special kind of help. Still reeling from the recent loss of her mother and believing there was more to the abrupt death, Mahogany urges Mia to cast light on the truth. I almost said truth on the light. Light on the truth. But old secrets might come back to haunt her in an investigation that demands conjuring up phantoms from the past on the property of Mia's morsels. Now, wearing Grand's protective stone and empowered by a circle of trusted confidants, Mia must reveal who or what killed Mrs. Medford as another deadly surprise brews. Okay, this one I definitely have more options. As far as rust goes, possible. It is rather close, but let's see if there's a better match. This gray, oh, this is not on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find something with this on there. This yellow, oh, definitely way bright compared, yeah, no, that's not, definitely not on there. This gray, I am going to say yes. I'm going to go with the gray. Okay, so there is a cat sitting on this table, and it's in the shading, mostly in the highlights. It's hard to see, but like it's mostly on the face there. So I'm going to go with that, 414 for Charming Spells. The next prompt that Kaylani drew was The Tower. This is to read a book with a building on the cover. I'm going with The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. Marigold Claude has always preferred the company of meadow spirits to the suitors who've tried to woo her. So when her grandmother whisks her away to the tiny isle of Innisfree with an offer to train her as the next Honey Witch, she accepts immediately. But her newfound magic and independence come with a price. No one can fall in love with the Honey Witch. Then Lottie Burke, a notoriously grumpy skeptic who shows up on her doorstep, and Marigold can't resist the challenge to prove to her that magic is real, even at the risk of losing her home and her heart. Okay. The rest, possible. Let's see if there's a better match. Specifically, I'm looking for this one. Maybe in the flowers? No, that's not going to work. This yellow, No, those are more dull. This is too bright. The other book with the yellow was so bright. This would look dull, and now this one's so bright. These look dull. This yellow. Yes, I'm going to go with that. Okay, number 600. It's in the shading specifically where the sun hits the yellow flowers here. Definitely looks it. So I'm going to take it, and number 600 is that one. So, okay. I am really struggling to get things to match. Okay. Well, would have been the last one, but then she got the punishment. So this was not the last prompt. She got the world, and this is to read a big book. So I'm going to do A Time of Courage by John Gwynn. This is the final book in the Of Blood and Bone trilogy, and this is a epic high fantasy. The Demon King Azeroth is free of his iron prison, and the whole of the banished lands stands on the brink of domination. With the Ben Elim broken and routed, half-breed Riv and a small band of comrades must find a way to strike at the demon forces. Meanwhile, Drem is with the Order of the Bright Star on a desperate march south to join the battle. He fears that they will find what they will find along the way, even as he knows it is better to fight and fall than to live without hope. This is 77 pages. Okay, I'm hoping this rust is on here. And I am going to say yes. Okay, or yeah, let's just go with this one. So there's a weapon, and it's in the shading of some of the lighter spots on the handle of this weapon. So I'm going to go with rust number 181248 on the weapon of this book. All right, and the punishment draw was death, and this was to read a mafia romance. The Stolen Heir. This is a mafia romance. This is book number 2 in Brutal Prince series, I want to say. Is that what it is? I don't remember the name of the series. Is it in here? Yeah. Oh, Brutal Birthright. Nessa Griffin leads a lonely life, too compassionate and gentle for the underworld business she grew up in. She fills no role in her family's mafia empire, struggling to prove herself both at home and in her highly competitive ballet corps. Mikolaj Wilk is the most vicious gangster in Chicago, and he's hell-bent on revenge. His adoptive father saved him from the streets of Warsaw, only to die at the hands of the Griffins. As part of his vengeance, Mikolaj abducts Nessa, holding her captive in his moldering Gothic mansion. She might not deserve to pay for her family's crimes, but in this world, the wolves eat the lambs no matter how gentle and innocent they may be. But even as Mikolaj plots the destruction of everything the Griffins hold dear, he finds himself fixated on his captive, wanting this ballerina to dance only for him. Meanwhile, Nessa finds herself lost in the growing tension between her and her kidnapper. Their twisted relationship is building new, terrifying ways. He is the beast to her beauty, but can Nessa find the man inside before he gives in to his hunger? And this is a dark mafia retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and I did look that up and confirm that. Blues and whites. Oh, this brown might work. This brown might work because her hair is like brunette on this. And yep, so I'm saying it's in the coloring of her hair. So yay. All right, and that is Almond number 161432. So I'm going to move these books up to my bookshelf there to be read in the month of September. I still have to find 4 books, so I will take a look, see what I can find, and come back and let you know if I was able to find books for these. Okay, so for this 9041, I'm going with Murder by the Book by Lauren Elliott. I know the lighting isn't great, so it might be hard to tell, but there's posters in the window right here, and it's specifically this bottom one with the turtles or tortoises, whatever the heck they are, that it looks like this color is there. So I am going to go with this one. This one says, let's see, Addie Grayborn loved working with rare books at the Boston Public Library. She even got to play detective, tracking down clues about mysterious old volumes, but she didn't expect her sleuthing skills to come in so handy in a little seaside town. Addie left some painful memories behind in the big city, including the unsolved murder of her fiancé and her father's fatal car accident. After an unexpected inheritance from a great aunt, she's moved to a small New England town founded by her ancestors back in colonial times, and living in spacious Grayborn Manor on a hilltop overlooking the harbor. Best of all, her aunt also left her countless first editions and other treasures, providing an inventory to start her own store. But there's trouble from day one, and not just from the grumpy woman who runs the bakery next door. A car nearly runs Addie down. Someone steals a copy of Alice in Wonderland. Then, Addie's friend Serena, who owns a nearby tea shop, is arrested for killing another local merchant. The police seem pretty sure they've got the story in hand, but Addie's not going to let them close the book on this case without a fight. Okay, so for color, you're seeing Molly's tail here. Color number 4545. Oh, Molly's poking her head up. I'm going to go with Slash or Pass by Taylor Paige. Can I get the color, please, Molly? Thank you. It's definitely hard to see. It's more in like this A that's there, but it looks like it is in the color of the title, so that's what I'm going with. So Slash or Pass for number 4545. Yes, I know you want the pen, and I need it. When you get told to run, you get up and don't look back. We had one shot to get out of the sinister minister's grasp, and we took it. Hand in hand, Kansas and I fled in the middle of the night with the promise that we'd never tell a soul about what happened at that house and how Constantine died. Esley has spent the last decade looking over her shoulder while trying to forget the horrors the minister and the family inflicted upon her and others. However, something continues to call to her in the deepest roots of her psyche. She can't escape the nightmares of her time trapped in the occult. Hey. She was perusing the books, I saw. Anyway, okay. Hi. All of her fears come to a head when she finds a letter taped to her door, informing her that a documentary is being made about the minister and the events that took place 10 years ago. When she politely declines, she can't help but wonder why they didn't fight her more to talk. It isn't until she turns on the TV that she sees that they didn't need her to talk because they had someone else to captivate their audience. They found Constantine. He's alive. He remembers that we left him. Slash or Pass is a male-female-male horror romance. If you like slasher horror, spicy romance, and a little schmink in your books, you're going to enjoy this novel. Okay, so for Sauterine, number 15-0942, I'm going to go with Kilt Trip. It's on the base of her boots there, so that's what I'm going to go with. This is by Alexandra Kiley. So I'm going to stick this one in there. Ready or Scott, globetrotter Addie McMurray always follows her wanderlust. As a travel consultant, she jet sets around the world, anywhere but Scotland. But when she sent an assignment to help a struggling family-run tour company in the Highlands and save her own job, Addie packs away her emotional baggage and turns on the professional charm. Logan Sutherland's as rugged as the land he loves, and his greatest joy is sharing the beauty of Scotland's hidden gems, even if it means a wee bit of red ink on the company's bottom line. The last thing Logan wants is some American expert pushing tourist traps and perpetuating myths about the Loch Ness Monster, especially when Addie never leaves her desk to experience the country for herself. As they wage an office war, expert pushing and about the especially when Addie never leaves her desk to experience the country for herself. As they wage an office war, Logan discovers Addie's secret connection to Scotland, a handful of faded Polaroids of her late mother. Hoping for a truce, he creates a private tour to the places in the pictures to help Addie find closure and appreciate the enchantment in less traveled destinations, never expecting the off-limits attraction sparking between them. But Addie's contract is almost up, and magic won't pay the bills. They can't afford distractions, but how can Addie do her job if she hasn't explored all Scotland and Logan has to offer? Okay, I found the last color, number 394. That brings us to 18 books for September. I do not expect to get to all of these books. So the final book for my TBR is Burn For Me by Ilona Andrews. This yellow is in this flame there. Looks pretty spot on to me. Okay. It says, Nevada Baylor runs a small-time detective agency in Houston, Texas, exposing cheaters to and busting scammers. I was going to say bustling scammers, but that's not the correct word there. Busting scammers. She's very good at her job, helped by a magical ability to sense when someone tells the truth or lies. But when she's forced to take a case to find an extremely violent fire mage, Nevada knows she's out of her league. To bring him to justice, she'll have to join forces with someone who wields an even more dangerous power. Connor Mad Rogan is a former combat mage, a telekinetic singularly responsible for ending a war, and a member of one of the most powerful magic families in the world. His nephew has been kidnapped by the fugitive pyromaniac, and Nevada is his best chance at finding them both. Bound by their mission, Nevada and Connor clash over their tactics and moral beliefs, even as things undeniably heat up between them. But the man they're chasing is involved in a darker conspiracy that threatens to destroy the city and destabilize the balance of power the elite magical families use to influence every nation on Earth. So, that is it. Let me know, have you read any of the books mentioned in this video? Have you read from any of the authors in this video? Let me know, what are you excited to get to in the month of September? Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.